3, 2.
All right.
Great clap.
I'm like, hey, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Jasmine Prince, THA, not THE, you dig what I'm saying?
No good.
What's going on? Another episode without Devin. Let's go. Nah, I'm playing Devin, man.
Devin.
Give us a call, bro. We miss you. We miss you, dude. I think the whole podcast missed you. You know? And that's just on period, right?
That's on gang.
Gang squad.
How you doing, man?
Cool. You know?
You looking
quarantine.
preppy.
I'm looking preppy?
Yeah.
You know, you gotta get a little finesse once in a while. Can't stay ugly all your life.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Got a little inebriated.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little faded.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm cool. Quarantine still. Ours just got extended to May 31st. So, you know, another month in the another month in the house, man. That literally blows my mind. Every time
Patrick Cloud after getting roasted.
That blows my mind every time I think about it. Another month in the house. April low-key went kind of fast, though.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It low-key went. March was so slow.
Yeah.
But April was like, okay, that was decent.
I last week, this week too, but even last week, like, these are my best 2 weeks of being quarantined. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I started like going out, you know, just outside, you know, instead of staying indoors, doing stuff indoors, like, you know, going on hikes, going to the beach, like just trying to just live, like feel something, bro. Like
feel alive.
You know, like
he pinched himself. He's like, "Whoo, another day, huh?"
I hit myself and I kind of liked it. Yeah. So
we're kind of making some changes to the page. We're gonna kind of switch up the layout instead of just like the basic. You know, we talk about one thing throughout the entirety of the episode, just to like add some new elements to it. You know, show more of our personalities because we are more than just like some people that stay motivated all the time. We like to crack jokes. We like to be funny, goofy, all type of stuff, and you know, talk about current things going on in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. It's a lot of changes coming to it. Gotta talk about the podcast.
Go for it.
All right. Yeah. I mean, bruh, if you watching this, first of all, like, again, props to you. Like, thank you so much for the support. But we get that, like, everybody has a podcast nowadays, and you know what we want to do in the grand scheme of things is so much more than just a podcast. So, and that includes even this, what we're doing now. Like, yeah, we want to have conversations and we want to add value to people's lives the best we can just by, like, talking about our experiences and things that we've learned along the way. But we also want to make it different. Like, we want it to stand out. So, there will be changes to Free Game Friday, you know, in the future, in the foreseeable future. We're working on it. I think today we're finna try something new with this black house on the cameras. Every 8 minutes, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to stop it. We're going to start again. And yeah, we're going to work with it there. But yeah, thank you for being patient. And let's just jump right into it, man.
I feel it.
Burgers. You like them? You don't like them?
Dude, honestly, I would like to say that burgers for me are just phenomenal. You know,
right.
You got your bread, got your nice beef patty in there with a nice piece of lettuce and tomato.
Wait, can I say one thing? Do you get cheese on your burger?
Okay, it depends. Sometimes I can eat it without it.
Okay.
But for the most part, cheese belongs on a burger.
You're a man that needs options.
Yeah, definitely.
Got it.
A lot of options.
Dude, I completely get that. Completely resonate with it. And that's what winners do. You know what I'm saying? They can get the cheese and then get it without the cheese. What matters is the burger.
Right.
And that's what people don't understand.
Absolutely.
People think they have to get their cheese and their onions on it. Life isn't just going to give you onions, kid.
Okay.
You need to...
Just remember, life isn't always going to get you onions. Grilled, preferably, for sure. Hey, Al's Burgers, sponsor us. I ate about 4 of them things. It really came down to it.
We gotta get better at it.
But like you said, we're gonna jump straight into it. You know, we kind of have some topics that we want to talk about. I think yours. I think that's like we should kick it off with that one.
All right, the first one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, first things first. Everybody's been trying to figure out different ways to pass the time. One thing that I have fallen deep into the addictions of is TikTok. All right, I love it. I love TikTok. I don't make TikToks. I've made 2, but they don't have my face on it. All right, I be on TikTok all the damn time. And I know a lot of you watching started a TikTok during this quarantine, and a lot of you haven't. Like this gentleman over here. So
yeah, I'm not into that. That's not my wave. I don't think people tell me like, oh, you should make a TikTok. Nah, I'm cool.
Why?
It's just not my scene, man.
But it's like
because I wasn't into Vine though. I never downloaded it. Never had a Vine.
Okay. All right. Okay. But like, what about like the skits that you do on Instagram? If you put them on TikTok, you would get even bigger exposure.
I just think that's not my. It's not my.
I get where you coming from, but like it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, you could blow up on TikTok. People are getting famous on TikTok.
It's people like most of it is. Most of it is
classy, bougie.
Most of it is bad. All right, I get it.
No, I've seen some clever ones though, so it's not like I get there's more to TikTok than just like the dances and the challenges, but like it's just not my thing.
I feel you.
And like I don't want to download more apps.
Mm-hmm.
I already have Twitter,
you're right.
Instagram, Snapchat, like Instagram. Like I'm gonna be on these apps all day. Like you deleted your Twitter, so like now you're balancing out with getting TikTok.
Right.
It's not me. I'm not a TikToker.
So do you think that TikTok is going to become like a staple in the social media industry?
I'm kind of like torn between. It'll either go one or two ways. It's either gonna like blow up once the pandemic is over, like this whole COVID thing, or it's gonna die out just because like this is what people are using in the meantime. Right. And then once the pandemic's over, people are gonna go back outside and they're not gonna be making TikToks like that unless you're like really into it. But I don't know. It could go 2 ways.
Yeah.
They got a lot of slack for that because the people that created it, they're like, they're from China. As I said, they're like stealing information or something like that. But like all apps are doing that, so it's like
they say it's different because it's China.
Yes. It's different now when somebody else is stealing it. But
but when America steals our own information, it's all good.
We could give us a little.
They care about us. The government care about us.
Right. So I don't know. Like it could go 2 ways. It could either stay successful. I don't think it's gonna be a staple like Twitter, Instagram, or like those other social media apps. But it earned a spot now for sure.
Yeah.
But
I really don't know which way it's gonna go. To be honest, I feel like it could go either way. It is an extension of Vine, but with so much more to it. It's like Vine's evolution. You got the longer videos, the editing, capabilities of it is so much more. A lot of people don't think that anybody could like profit from TikTok, but I think a lot of people are forgetting like you used to not be able to profit off Instagram either. And being a famous social media personality didn't used to be profitable either. But like eventually when these advertisements and these brands like they start, putting their money towards that, then like a lot of people are gonna start seeing, a lot of money based off of those likes.
So I don't have it. Are they already putting commercials in between each TikTok?
Barely. You get on and then there's like ads. You just press skip ads, what everybody does, and then you scroll after about 30 minutes you might see an ad. So it's not right now. It's nothing.
Yeah, I think that's when that revenue is going to pick up. Maybe once people every other 2, like every time you watch a second, like your second TikTok that you watch, the next one's an ad. I think that's what's going to start happening. That's when maybe people are going to start profiting.
I think going beyond that, like think about this. Like let's say if we had money to like for like Doom World, right? And we wanted to get some advertisement but for cheap. Bro, we take a kid that's on TikTok, he got 2 million followers. There's no advertisers giving this kid money. If we threw that man $300 to make a funny TikTok from our stuff, and we know all of his TikToks average out at about 300,000 views and like 50,000 likes, and it's centered around our brand, he would do it for $500.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, so then therefore we as the advertisers, we win because we're getting a lot of exposure, we're getting followers, people might mess with the brand, and then he's winning because it's like we paid him. And this kid is like, he's like, I got all these followers, I don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean?
Got some free merch in it too, so it's like, what do you lose? Yeah, definitely. That's a, a lot of people do that on Instagram too. So you can make money pretty much anything.
Right.
I'm saying once people start making money off the actual app itself is when more money's getting dumped into the app and people are, buying those slots so they can input their advertisement. Especially after like a famous person posts their TikTok. It's gonna be a revenue stream for sure.
100%, bro. 100%.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see just how life in general is after, this whole COVID thing is over.
Yeah.
But the app, I think it's gonna survive. If I'm gonna predict it, I think it's gonna survive just because of how much popularity it already got going into like the pandemic. Yeah. And then once it come out, I think it's gonna lose a little bit of traction, but I think it's gonna pick up. It's gonna add more elements to it. But yeah.
Since we're already talking about like the quarantine and stuff, you were talking about Georgia completely opened up, or they opened up small businesses?
Partially. So like I know like they open like nail salons and like people get their I think their hair done, haircuts, all like those type of businesses were opening just to see like what the impact would be. Personally, I think what we should have did, and it's like very drastic, and I know like it was like impossible to do, but I think if we could have sacrificed just a full week of just like stay home, don't go outside for nothing, it could have flattened the curve faster than what a month of like stay home. Because in my mind it's like, and I think for the general population, a month is like, you're taking away my freedom. Oh, I hate America. All this other stuff. Because, like, they see it as a month. They don't see it as, like, flattening the curve. They're like, I can't go outside. I have to stay home for a month. But I think if they say, like, stay home for a week, all businesses are closed, even if it's essential. Closed. So get your stuff beforehand, and then stay home for a week. I think that would have been, just me personally, I think that would have flattened the curve quicker. Because a month, it's like, people are like, okay, it's been a week. Now I'm about to, like, try to ease back going outside. Like, I can't stay home for a month. Like, I can't do it. And, like, I don't know. It's very interesting how this whole thing is playing out. And, like, at the end of each month, they keep extending it. So.
Yeah, it's strange. At this point, like, I don't know what to believe anymore. Honestly, I don't know what to believe. I just seen so much information about, like, just every side. Like whatever side that you pick, as far as, like, you think is right or wrong, like, you can find information for it. Like, I'm not saying, I'm not saying I disagree with you. Like, I feel like, in hindsight, that would have been the best thing to do. But who would have been okay with that when it wasn't even affecting us? And they're like, it's not even in America. You know what I mean? But, like, there is studies coming out that showed there were multiple places that didn't shelter in place as not nearly as effectively, or like not nearly as drastically as we have, and their numbers are about the same. So, like, there's evidence that shows, like, if you shelter in place, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to cut down the curve. It makes sense in our minds, but at the same time, we don't even know what we're dealing with. I mean, there's every day there's more and more of a possibility that it's actually coming out of some lab. Like, this is some super journal. It's like people really don't know, what to expect from it. Sometimes they're saying, oh yeah, we found studies that sunlight kills it. And then the other day, oh no, wait, no, sunlight ain't gonna kill it. That's not true. It's like, I don't, at this point, I really don't know what to believe. I just know that I've been lied to from the government multiple times in my life. I know that for a fact. So, what I'm saying? Hey, bro, I'm gonna speak my piece, alright? The system wanna,
Hey, what they doing is they trying to hurt the black man in America, my brother. See, what you need to realize is it's not the actual germ or the contamination, but it's actually the... The funny thing is, like, I'll be joking, bro, but I feel like somebody would be listening there, be like, what else? They'll start believing, like, nah, I
don't know if you seen it, Brad. Did you see there's like a actual court order right now? Google and Facebook and, like, Elon Musk was on there. A bunch of, like, some of the biggest companies, Qualcomm, which they make, like, computer chips and like high tech for Silicon Valley. They're all being sued and taken to court for, like, genocide things and enslavement, sex trafficking, hella stuff. Like, and there is a official court order. I'll show you after this. It's like legit. I looked it up myself. It's on a government site. They're being taken to court, and it started. I think it was like December 16th.
Oh,
last year. Yeah. Weird stuff, man. Like I don't know what to believe anymore.
Nah, the funniest thing about this is, that's like, I feel like the year 2020 is like, if it was a boxing match, it's like every month is like a new punch. It's like, God. It was like, I seen a joke that was like, oh, like April is as worse as gonna get, like what's gonna happen in May, and it was like an alien invasion.
Right.
Like they was like, the Pentagon was like, oh yeah, UFOs are real. It's like, bruh, what is happening this year?
It is crazy. It is absolutely wild, man.
Oh, this year is taking over.
I have no idea what to expect, man. Every day I hold my breath. I'm like, all right, I ain't got no nuclear warnings on my phone. We should be all right. All right.
I think that, that's enough quarantine talk I could take right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because that could really take up any TV show, any news station, podcast. You could talk about 2020, bro, in general, for like 2 days.
This
straight,
is
bro.
the craziest year any of us have lived through, hands down, bro. Kim Jong-un, Kobe.
I heard he came back to life.
Yeah,
somebody said that.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't confirmed. It was never confirmed that he was dead. We don't know. We literally don't know.
Hey, people are like, oh, Dennis Rodman should be the next president. I love the internet.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's enough quarantine.
Yeah, bro, enough of that. So I don't know how to transition. All right. There was
it's our thing, man. We do it how we want to.
Yeah, we
figure it out.
We change right now. We fumbling with the format. So the next topic was a quote that really resonated with me this week. And it came from my good friend, my brother, EJ Carry-On. He's a CEO for this company called the Student Success Agency. And it made Forbes. He made Forbes 30 under 30. It's like a Fortune 500 company. He's doing like really good. But he's also a motivational speaker. The first time I ever saw him speak, he was giving everybody this lecture on, like, he was like, do you know who KD is? And the kid was like, yeah. Like, you guys know who Drake is? Like, yeah. You know who the president is? Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, but do they know who you are? And then they're like, well, no. And he was like, right. So there's this saying that everybody says where, it's all about who you know. But that's only half true. It's about who you know, but it's also about who knows you. And I just thought that was an important like gem to kind of touch on. If you hear, like, if you really about the free game, like, that literally is an example of what this podcast is about. Like, bruh, you gotta, if you trying to get somewhere, like, building connections is majorly important. It doesn't matter about how many people you know. If you're not out there shaking hands and making sure people know who you are, like, it's as good as nothing. It's as good as nothing that Drake or Kevin Durant, or like, it only, where you'll actually get benefits from is if they know you. So yeah, I wanted to kind of touch on that, but like, I don't know if you had your own interpretation of that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that 100%. Because think about somebody that you know personally that makes great music, or they make a great product, but they don't have a following. But they, like, their products are on equal to, like, somebody that makes a great product as well, like, similar.
Yeah.
And they have a great following, so people know about them, but they don't know about the person that you know.
Yeah.
Because, they don't have the following, people don't know them. But if they did, it'd be on the same level. Like, it'd be comparable, equal products, like, thinking-wise. Like, it's the same product, but one person has 500 followers on Instagram, the other person has 12K. So people are going to see that one. That's more visible. So it's definitely about who knows you. It's also true to, like, it's who you know too, because, like, that could lead you through doors that somebody else couldn't.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a great quote. It's all about who you know. That is very true. Very true. But I just think it's equally as important. Don't leave out the part, like, it's also about who knows you.
Right.
You could know who the president of your favorite clothing brand is, but if they, if you send them an email and they don't know who you are, you'll just be left on red.
Yeah, that doesn't ever reach their email. That goes straight into the junk mail.
You're just some dude in a light-skinned girl's DMs. Like, it ain't even no... Huh?
Yeah. We need to relax on that. Josh is going through something. That's what it is.
Text me back, girl. No, honestly. But yeah, like as fast. Whereas, like, if, let's say you go to a networking event and you see them, you shake their hand, and you tell them your name. Now you have rapport, right? You're way more likely to get some type of response or some type of interaction from somebody if they know who you are.
Facts.
Right? The same with job application. I got my job. I applied online. I ain't getting nothing back. I walked in and I shook hands and I asked to like just talk to managers. And that's how I got the job. It wasn't because I put in an application. Ain't nobody called me back. You know what I'm saying? I had to go in there and get it. But that, when they see your face, they have a face to the name. That makes all the difference. If you're out there and you're trying to, get somewhere, you're just sending emails. It's like you're just another email. But if you find out a way to separate, to stand out, I promise you, that's the key. That's the key to getting up, to networking, to expanding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think more people should take the time to get to know themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know we had talked about this multiple times on this topic or whatever, but when you bring up KD or you bring up like a Michael Jordan or you bring up your favorite player or motivational speaker, all that, all the facts about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know where they went to school, their parents, their stats, their whole career, their whole life.
So you feel like you know them.
Yeah, but you don't know much about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you're not able to put yourself out there because you don't know like what you're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think people need to definitely take more time into getting to know themselves and like understanding who they are and what they have to offer and bring to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Because those people that you know about, that's what they did. They made a name for themselves. They just didn't come off popping.
Mm-hmm.
KD didn't come off popping. Steph Curry, great example, didn't come off popping.
Yeah.
He joined the league. People were like, "Who is this kid?"
Yeah.
And he made a name for himself. He showed people who he was.
Right.
So, you just gotta put your name out there. If you got something, you believe in it.
That's
do
right.
what it takes to, get out there and be seen.
Mm-hmm.
And you brought up a good point about making relationships. I think that could kind of go into the next topic I want to talk about is like, how do you maintain a relationship? How do you, reach out to someone and then like y'all have never seen each other in person, right? So you send an email to somebody that you want to, connect with. Never seen each other in person, but how do you maintain that connection, or how do you maintain connections you had in the past that you met through like maybe once?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, I go about it. It depends. Like everybody everybody deserves like different treatment. So if I'm reaching out to, like you say, somebody I never met, if we're talking like a possible business connection, I don't look to. What up?
Tanya wants you to come outside and help with groceries.
No. Tell her I said no.
Right.
If it's a business relationship that I'm trying to, like, foster, I don't necessarily like it. I try to make it as less about business as possible. Like I would be reaching out and just asking how they are, or like if I have their social media, like see something and be like, hey, like I seen that you just did this and this, congratulations, something like that. But if you're talking about like people that I used to be friends with and like, or like distant relatives or like cousin, that I don't talk to too much, I mean, I just reach out, like, bro, just sending a text to somebody, that makes a huge difference because nobody does that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I feel like most people don't add value, or most people don't like associate with people that can't immediately like give them value to their life. So it's, think about high school. The majority of the friends that you had in high school, you don't really talk to anymore, or at least, with me, like, that the friends that I did have and the people that I consider friends, like I still reach out to them, like I still talk to them, you know what I mean? No matter what, like I don't expect anything from them, but like I don't want I hate when people will just like stop talking to me once something happens, like if we like switch classes or somebody moves, or you know, some, you know, just like when something happens where we can't see each other as much, or maybe we can't hang out like we used to, or something like that. That's no excuse to not, like, you know, check up on somebody every now and then. But yeah, that's how I do it. Everybody's different.
I kind of developed this thing where now if I'm thinking about somebody and it's been a long time, I just shoot them a quick text while I'm thinking about them in that moment. So I'll be thinking about people sometimes, but like my day, like sometimes like it gets so, you know, clouded with what I'm supposed to do, that I forget to like I'll get back to that later. I usually don't. So like now if I'm like doing something where I could, I'll stop myself and like, let me see how you doing real quick. Send them a quick text. Probably ain't talking like a month or two. Let me shoot them a quick text. And it's like that small thing. People gonna like, they're gonna remember that. Like, oh yeah, I remember, like, you know, although we didn't talk in like a month or like 2 months, he still reached out and said what's up to me. Yeah. You know, because I like that when people do that to me. Like, we don't gotta talk every day. Like, if we boys, we ain't gotta talk every day. Right. Like, you can hit me up, you know, in the next month and be like, bro, I hope you're doing cool. I just thought about you. Just want to shoot you a text. Bam. It's like, now that connection's is still there. That shows that, you know, you still think about that person, like there's something, like somebody important in your life type deal. Yeah. So I like kind of get in the habit now. If I think about someone, like, let me shoot a text or let me call real quick, just to say what's up to them. And it's just like the simple things. Like, it doesn't have to be some elaborate, long conversation. How you been? Cool? Yep. How your family doing? Like, you know, how's work? And then like that is gone. Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just think a lot of people are so not antisocial, but it's just a weird time to be social, like in America, but like in the world too, just because of the internet and, you know, how much like entertainment and content is like readily available to you, and how busy we are on like a regular basis. When you caught up with your job and, you know, you trying to, like, you got a hobby on the side, it just feels like you don't ever have time for anything. So like a lot of people just get kind of pushed in the back burner. The next thing you know, it's been like 6 months since you reached out to somebody. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I always try to make it a note to, like, if I'm thinking of somebody that like I mess with, like I'll reach out to them and, you know, just see how they're doing. That's important. But
I'm like trying to figure out what I see something like, you ever see something in your peripheral and you just like, what is that?
I'm always be doing that.
I'm not trying to be like, but like I see it, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. Nah, I was like, bro, what is that? It was like shining and it was like dancing.
It's probably a watch. It's your watch,
you know,
actually.
Yeah, okay. You know, I spent like about $500-600 on this, and that was nothing. I just did that because it was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. So where my $5 at?
Anyways, I forget what the.
I think that's it. We had more?
No, I think that was it. Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's it. Hey. Thank you for tuning in. If you liked it, then please show us your support by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing. Anything on the internet that you do is a positive, even if you got a hating ass comment or you got some constructive criticism or anything. You know what I'm saying? We love the engagement. Obviously, I feel like ultimately we are doing this for ourselves, and that's why we came to the understanding of even starting it in the first place. But, you know, if this reaches anybody, like, then, you know, that's that added plus, bro. We always, you know, looking to hear opinions and feedback, you know, and love. So.
Hey, gotta love, man. Hey. Absolutely. And if I like this, because every time you say it, it's so dope. If you are watching now during these times where like things are still a little rocky and we're still trying to figure out ourselves, and you're still watching to the end, man.
What the? Oh my god!
But no, I really appreciate
just
that,
for
bro.
you. If you made it to the end, we actually got our TikTok dance that we're gonna do right now.
But no, like, cause I don't know if this is a me thing. I know we say about the ending, but I just want to say I don't know if it's a me thing. I like shows, like TV shows and like podcasts and like just anything where it's like it's new and it's like a fresh start, and you could tell it's still kind of rocky, but like you still vibing with it. Yeah. But then, you know, for example, I like going back and rewatching all the old episodes of Family Guy, where like the animation was terrible and like the comedy was kind of dry. And then you watch it now, it's like, dang, they came a long way. Like, animation is crystal clear now. You know, they got more punches, more jokes in there. Yeah. Like, I like that type of stuff because, like, you see the progression of the show.
Yep.
So,
that's
you know, maybe once we hit that 100 subscribers, you know, 200 subscribers, and then you go back to this one, it's like, dang, they came a long way from, like, you know, the camera quality, the camera shutting off, and, you know, the black spots on the videos. Yeah. And then you see, like, we have a full functioning, you know, setup. You know, I'm gonna really appreciate that. I know people will too that's been watching from the beginning, so.
Yeah, most definitely. Wow. More content coming, man. More everything coming. Thanks for the love.